This next section of the videos is covers reassembly of your tornado grenade. You should not be reassembling a dirty grenade. It's important that you've executed all the procedures in the last video. Your grenade should be clean before you reassemble it. Start your reassembly of your grenade by putting 2 drops of tornado grenade oil into the top end of your grenade. This is the end that the top cap goes against. So drop 2 drops in, 1, 2, and I'm not sure if you can see it. You see these 2 blobs, and wipe it around with your finger. Your hands should be clean before you do this. If you've got sand all over your hands, you just foul up your clean grenade. So wipe around 2 drops of oil on one end, and then put down 2 drops in the other end, and wipe it around. What you're doing is you're lubricating the 2 sliding surfaces in the grenade. There's no reason to get oil all the way into the middle of the grenade body here because nothing slides. I'll bring up that cutout again. So the areas you're lubricating are this zone here and this zone here. Because when the shuttle operates and moves around in the grenade, it only moves in this kind of range. So you don't have to get oil, all the way up in the middle. So you have a lubricated grenade valve body. The next step is to lubricate your shuttle seals. You want to get lubricant on these 2 important seals. So I do this by putting a drop of oil onto my fingers and just wipe it onto the lower fire seal and the upper delay seal. Put a light wiping of oil on your stem O-rings as well. You do not want to put piles of oil on the back of this face here. It's important that oil does not, excessive amounts of oil does not contaminate the delay chamber of your grenade. So after lubricating your seals, lubricate your grenade further by putting 2 drops of oil on the web of the shuttle stem. Not the stem, sorry, the mid-body. 2 drops of oil right in this corner here. What this will do is it will lubricate your first charge of gas when you fill your grenade next. It's just an easy way to get lots of lube into your grenade. It's just starting off on the right foot, really. So put your shuttle into the top end of your grenade. The upper delay seal, this larger diameter one, should be sitting high. You can't put it in upside down. Well, you should not put it in upside down. The lower fire seal should go in down, like so. Your next step is take the 3 sheets of plastic that come with your maintenance kit. If your fingers are still wet with silicone oil, lubricate each sheet to help it slide around. So put a light film of silicone oil on each sheet, and then tuck it into between your upper fire seal and your valve body. Make sure these sheets poke in a decent distance. They should be about halfway down, and they should overlap. You can see the overlap here because these where the areas are a little darker. You want your sheets to overlap so your upper delay seal does not touch the sharp threads of your valve body. So what these I call these shrouds. What these shrouds do is they prevent the upper delay seal from wiping down the sharp threads of the valve body. If you just jam your shuttle in without these shrouds, you could damage the upper delay seal. So once you've got these shrouds in place and they're about halfway deep, then just push firmly on the stem of your shuttle, and the whole thing should just sleeve in fairly easily. Pull out these shrouds one at a time, and if they're lubricated, they'll pull free fairly easily. You may have to wiggle them around a bit. Yeah. So the shrouds are out, and your shuttle is in. Make sure this moves around smoothly, but don't push it too far back. If you push it too far back, then you may push the upper delay seal past the edge of the body. I'll bring this back out. If you push this, when you do your slide test, move it back and forth a small amount. If you push it too far back, this can pop out and then you need to use your shrouds to shove it back down again. So assure that your shuttle moves smoothly, because it should, because you've just re-lubricated everything. And put your top cap back on. So I've got a clean O-ring here, and I'm just going to put it back onto my top cap. Make sure these threads have been cleaned before you reassemble your grenade. If there's a bunch of junk in here, you should have cleaned it before you even put the O-ring back on. So put the top cap down and rotate this clockwise now. Remember this, counterclockwise. Remember this part is left-hand threaded. It's threaded in the opposite direction of most screws. So give it a few light turns. So you should be able to turn it until you feel the top cap start to bottom out. At this point, you need your pin. Put your pin into the lower delay hole, the 3-second hole. Rotate the top cap counterclockwise until the pin is roughly in line with the ribs in your grenade. See how this pin is vertical now? And it's in line with these grip ridges. See? We've designed this grenade so your pull pin direction is in line with these two ribs. So when you hold your grenade and you pull your pin, you can feel which direction you should be pulling the pin without having to look down. It also means that you have to crank this down so it's in line with the ribs to make sure that you've brought it down far enough for this seal to the valve body. So crank down your top cap. Don't try to crank it down further than this inline orientation. If you try to crank it down further, you could cause a malfunction in the grenade, or you could bust the little pip that stops the valve body from turning. So your top cap is cranked down. Last step, put on your grenade bumper and valve plug. So usually this end will be inverted after taking off. Just straighten it out. Slide this over the top of the top cap, and well, just close it down if you like. And then just apply some light force to the bumper and it should snap on. And that's a reassembled and cleaned grenade.